This is the Blade 360. It has 360-degree graphics running all the way around the outer ring. That means no matter how you rotate your board, it'll always look clean and symmetrical. No more upside down logos when you move from the 20 to the 13, or branding sitting awkwardly at the bottom. Everything stays neat, and that's a small detail that makes a big difference, especially for people who rotate their board regularly. Now the design itself reads Winmau, PDC, 360, PDC, and then back to Winmau, so you get it repeated 4 times. The decals are a matte grey, which really gives the board a more understated professional look. Some players have said that the HD grey numbering does blend a little bit more into the background, and that the extra detailing around the outside can look a little bit busy. That same grey tone helps everything sort of fade visually, keeping the focus where it should be on the segments themselves. Now the Blade Carbon is still the PDC board of choice. However, we're likely to see this board making its way onto the PDC Pro Tour events. Now the same as the board we see on TV, the colours are deep, the surface feels premium, and the wiring is flush and consistent across the board. Now around the back you've still got the carbon effect backing, and you've still got the holes for the rotor lock system, keeping the board stable and level once mounted. Now overall the 360 version feels like a subtle evolution of the Blade Carbon, one that prioritises a clean, consistent look while maintaining that same durability and play feel that Winmau's known for. Now the Blade 360 is most likely to be used, like I say, on the PDC Pro Tour event from 2026, giving players that same tournament feel without the TV broadcast setup. Okay, so visually looking at the board, you've got the grey numbers, then you've also got the grey branding. Now, I find that is a little bit distracting. They sort of blend in together. However, it's not as distracting as sort of a really contrasting colour. So not too bad. It then allows you to focus on those sort of more important segments, the reds, the blacks, the greens, obviously your scoring areas. So first impressions can become a little bit distracting, might be more difficult for those younger players who struggle a little bit visually, visual impaired players, things like that. But what I do like is that you can rotate, and no matter where you rotate it, it's going to look nice and clean. First throw, that 20 sort of segment around the 5s, the 1s, the sound of it sounds a little bit on the harder, soft side, which is a good thing. You get that durability, but you get the softness of play. So Winmau and Blade have sort of had that combination right for quite a long time. You'll notice this wiring is pretty flush to the board, which is really good. You'll notice you can see the holes a little bit more on the white. That's perfectly natural. Obviously it leaves a little bit of sort of depth and you get those shadows in there. The blacks are holding up really well. The reds, obviously as it presses around, it'll compact even more, and as that's played on, that should last quite nicely. So it seems to play nice on that 20 section. Move over to the bull, then we'll have a look at the doubles as well. So it sounds a little bit tighter around those segments that you'd naturally expect, as obviously it gets more and more compressed. But those blade wires are really nice, really thin, sort of pushes either side when it hits it rather than bouncing out if they're too thick. So I had a bounce out there, but I hit the number quite hard. There's quite a big dot on the 16. Perfectly normal. A little bit of marking up on this segment here. It's a lighter one and with the green, so showing a little bit, but I dare say once it's had a little bit more play, those will soon tighten up and heal. This board at the end of the day is a Winmau Carbon board with that rotational aspect, and I think that's something that a lot of people will be really happy to see. The Carbon played extremely well. It's one of the most popular boards on the market, if not the most popular. So yeah, you're not going to go too far wrong. Oh, what do you think of the new Winmau 360 board? Do you like the grey detailing and the numbering? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to check out all the latest gear and tech in the darting world right here at Dartshopper. Oh, and as always, have a good one.